Alright guys, welcome back to part 2 of the Renault career mode here on F1 2017. So we're ready for the race. We did practice and qualifying last time out in the opening episode and we qualified 18th. Now I know it's very disappointing, but I was just happy personally to be off the back of the grid. I think I showed signs of improvement through each practice session and including qualifying, so I progressed steadily over the weekend. Hopefully I can progress more in the race, and I'm not saying I'm going to be challenging for points, but I think I could be battling all the cars, put it that way. So there you can see we're losing the rivalry to Nico Hulkenberg. Obviously we get 1 point each for actually competing in qualifying, and then he gets a point because he out qualified me, so that's how it works. I think it's first to 30. Don't quote me on it, I could be wrong, but I do expect Hulkenberg to win this rivalry pretty easily, unless he has some very major reliability issues or something like that. Then perhaps I've got a chance. But just think on pure pace alone, Hulkenberg's got at least a second over me in the same car, which is pretty bad. But that's just where I am at the moment.
Go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today.
So you can see Ferrari 1-2. It'll be difficult to beat.
He'll start P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Bottas, Max Verstappen and Ricciardo, Massa, Stroll, Perez and Kevin Magnussen, Hulkenberg, Grosjean, Daniel Kvyat and Ocon, Sainz, Alonso, Stoffel Van Dorn and a Renault. And Marcus Ericsson rounds off the grid.
I'm confident here. I think I do. I think I can at least. I think I can beat the Saubers at least. So, right, guys, we are ready for the first Grand Prix of the season. The lights are out in Melbourne. It is go go go, and we've had a pretty decent start here. Fernando Alonso is poor off the grid though. He drops down to 18th place already. Well, there's a bloody Sauber coming up the inside. We need to be careful for him, and it's Ericsson. Ericsson though takes a bit of a wobble there, and we've managed to go round the outside, but we'll have to check that again. Yeah, you can see our getaway. Good start there, passing Fernando, but the Sauber of Ericsson coming right down the inside, but taking me by surprise. But he has a bit of contact here, and look at that, he just about kept it on the grid, and it means, and we now sit in 16th position. Can we chase down Danny Kvyat? Danny Kvyat there braking very early. We're going to try down the inside. We have to switch back here. What about down this inside? Oh no, we're not going to get the move done here. Just going to have to wait, be patient. But we're up 2 places, so that's very good at the moment. We're delighted with that. Here we go. Can we maybe stick a move on him now? Or Grosjean appears to be holding everyone up. Has there been a collision, or is he going slow? Has he lost a bit of wing or something? Because he seems to be falling back for the pack a bit. Still on the back of Danny Kvyat, waiting for him to make a mistake. We've got Ericsson now chasing us down from behind in 17th. But we're focusing on the cars in front. We've just hit that cone there, that was not good, and now we've got a decent exit here, and we could have Danny Kvyat, could 15th place be ours. Maybe look to take him down up the inside. Oh, we've just late braked it, and we've actually got two. Two for the price of one. We've got both Toro Rossos there, what a manoeuvre. You can see again, look, I was just going for the Sauber Danny Kvyat, but late braked it too much, and we actually got both of them. What a manoeuvre there, forcing Sainz a little bit wide. Now up into 14th place, it is our teammate now in front of us, Nico Hulkenberg, who is on that super soft compound. A little bit surprised why he's not on the ultras, but we won't worry about that. We're in 14th position. That is our target for this race. Can we achieve it? It's very early on, but we've made a great start. We've made up 4 positions, and we could not really ask for much more. Still looking to bring down the gap to Hulkenberg. I think we're just outside the DRS zone, which will be opening up in 1 lap's time, so we need to try and get a bit closer to him. But we've got a good exit now. Can we take Hulkenberg? We could have him. Instead, no, we just... But oh, it's just a wee bit, tad bit late here on the brakes. It's affecting us. We start braking early, and you can, there's a big, massive train there. I don't know who's to blame. It looks like a Haas perhaps, but and we've made the move. Great, we've done it. Happy days. No, it's not. It's Lance Stroll, I think it is, in the Williams that's holding the group up. So has he got a bit of damage, or is he just shit? I don't know. But we've now got both Force Indians in front of us, and it'd be great if we can put a move on them like we did the Saubers. Everything, guys, was going so well on lap 6, and then now we've made the mistake. Look at that, just you can't really see it from that angle. Well, you can see I just went straight into the back of Ocon, and I think he just braked very slow there, very early. I was not expecting that, and damage now to the front wing. We're in trouble. And there's Hulkenberg, made an easy move on us, man, as we end lap 7. So I don't know, I might have to pit now. This is all going wrong. It was looking decent for points there, but now with this damaged front wing, we're pretty much fucked. It's slowing us down massively. So what the fuck? Unbelievable, unfucking believable. And I've just took a McLaren out the Grand Prix. I cannot believe that. Let's have a look at the replay. I'm trying to defend for dear life. Trying to defend for dear life as we come out the last turn to start lap 9, and you can see, I see him there, I'm trying to go defensive, but I've left him enough room. I think, I have, look, we're both out, and then I smash into the McLaren of, it looks like Van Dorn, and I think the McLaren behind him maybe even gets caught up in that massive fucking pile up, man. Look at that, absolutely unbelievable. We're just going to have a look at the onboard view from the Sauber now. I think I've left him enough room, I have. I mean, I don't know if that's my fault. Absolutely unbelievable crash, but I think I had left him enough room. It's just at this stage, I can't do nothing. It's the two tyres are locked up and he sends me out the race, and it's a disaster, like, because we were doing pretty well there up until the front wing damage and then obviously that crash. It was a shame because things were looking alright, but we're out of the Grand Prix. Let's have a look on board from Fernando Alonso. Let's see what he's saying. Seen both cars go out wide. Big collision and then straight into Van Dorn, and Alonso, look at that big smash as well. So absolutely unbelievable. What a collision, and unfortunately that is us out of the Australian Grand Prix. Very disappointing start to the season, but the only consolation is we had pace. Our pace was relatively decent, and I'm disappointed. I had gave myself no chance really getting points, but I actually think points were on the table there if I had damaged my front wing. So massively disappointment. Massively disappointed, should I say, to be out like that. And yeah, very disappointing. There we see Son of Scotland 90 getting out the car, and he'll be going home here to the garage, and I do not think the mechanics will be too pleased. You can say, arguably you can say that's my fault. Yeah, I maybe should have left him more room, but I think the server should have potentially backed off. But it is what it is.
A great win then for the Maranello team today.
And Ferrari have picked up the win. And it is Sebastian Vettel there, first win of the season, just like in real life. Looks like we've got Lewis and the other Ferrari, Kimi Räikkönen, on the podium. So good start to the season for Ferrari. Felipe Massa bringing the Williams home in 7th place. Another good result, but there is the top 3. Vettel, Hamilton and Räikkönen.
Fantastic win for Ferrari.
And now here comes the champagne spraying. Will we ever get our hands on a bottle of champagne? That is the question. I don't know. I suppose I would defend like that, maybe not, but... So let's look at the standings here. We've got Vettel first, Räikkönen second, Hamilton, Bottas. So top 4, you'd obviously expect that. Danny Ricciardo near a full minute behind. Max Verstappen actually did very well. He came back from that collision, that mistake at the start that put him on the grass. He came all the way back from last to sixth, so I think it just shows you, like, I know the two top teams are superior to Red Bull, but it also shows you the gap that Red Bull have over the other teams, that Max Verstappen was able to come back in the race and still finish sixth, about 14 seconds in front of Massa. So very good from him. We've got like Massa and Lance Stroll, 7th and 8th for the Williams, good weekend for them. Grosjean in 9th for the Haas. And the last points paying position goes to our teammate Nico Hulkenberg, so fair play to him, well done. Anyway, we've earned some resource points. We participated in the session 25, clean lap, 12% free points, and then finishing position compared to qualifying. Position loss 1, and we got plus 20 to that. So 48 resource points we gained in total. And here's the rivalry. You go finish the race, fuck. So penalty free. So Hulkenberg picked up 4 points, finished the race. He finished higher than me. He was penalty free, and he had a faster lap than me. And obviously I was penalty free too, so I got 1 point. So Hulkenberg leads the rivalry 6-2. So maybe me getting penalty free race means it wasn't my fault. Did Carlos Sainz get a penalty? I don't know. Session goal. Oh my god, look at this. Our team approval is coming down. Fucking is dropping. Is plummeting, man. Reputation level virtually at 0. Nobody wants to sign us now. So just hopefully we can hold on to our Renault drive. Career score is raised by performing well on track, increasing in line with AI difficulty and assist settings. You can compare your score with that of friends to see who has the current bragging rights. Career score, distance driven 25 laps, practice session, total points. Don't really know if this means anything. Difficult assist level 6%, AI difficulty 20%, whatever. Uh-oh.
And this is Jonathan. He's going to let you drive some of his cars.
Well, not quite my car, per se. You know, I'd really rather be down there racing them myself, to be honest. I'm actually quite handy behind the wheel, but the downforce, those lateral Gs, you know, the old neck can't really handle it. So I need a pro. That's where you come in. We run in a bunch of events throughout the year. Time trials, races, all sorts. I have it on good authority that you have the ability and temperament to do well at these, make our business look good, and most importantly, bring the cars back in one piece. So consider this a formal invitation. See you at the track.
Happy days, we get our hands on some classic cars. Wonder what car we'll get to drive. Oh my god, choose your overtake challenge, Britain short. In this event begins with a rolling start. The goal is to overtake target more cars before the time runs out. Select the car, 1996 Williams. Pursuit, Japan, your opponents run slow cars but each have a head start. Overtake them all before completing the allocated laps. Select the car. Well, I've got the opportunity to drive the Renault 2006 Renault, so I'm going to have to go for that, ain't I? Definitely. But guys, this is going to happen in the next episode, the next part 3. We'll be back. We'll be driving the classic Renault, and we will be doing the practice and qualifying for China. We've had a poor start in Australia. Hopefully we can get a better race in the next Grand Prix. But until then, guys, this has been part 2 of the F1 2017 career mode. Leave your comments down below. Tell me what you thought. I need all the help I can get. But hopefully I can improve, guys. There's signs of improvement. Not much signs, but there's a little bit of flickering of light. So until next time, guys, I've been Son of Scotland 90. Peace out.